Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Wednesday, June 25th, 2025. Let's take a look at the economic calendar for today. Data from the New Zealand were published during the Asian session. As you can see, trade balance data to be exact were published. Mixed bag of data. Generally, trade balance is slightly better than expected in New Zealand. Spanish GDP scheduled for release at 9 o'clock. Interest rate decision in Thailand scheduled for release at 9 o'clock. Unemployment rate in Poland scheduled for release at 10 o'clock. And then we got the data from France. And we jump straight on to the US session. The major event of the day, first major events of the day are building permits and new home sales. Building permits are scheduled for release at 2:30. New home sales are scheduled for release at 4 o'clock. Later on, we got the speech from the German Buba Mauderer at 4 o'clock, and then another set of the very important data. Fed Chairperson Jerome Powell will give a speech at 4 o'clock, and then crude oil inventories are scheduled for release at 4:30. 5-year note auction from the US is scheduled for release at 6 o'clock, and that's about the today's calendar. As you can see, it's very obvious that the second part of the day, which is the US session, is way more important than the first part of the trading day. So without any further ado, let's take a look at charts. We'll start with euro dollar. Let me just switch to the 4-hour time frame chart of the euro dollar, because we can see clearly that the jump to the upside is right now getting much more steam. Local high was made at 1.1642, which is apparently 10 pips higher than the wave 5 high. So it looks like this situation here might develop into more complex cycle. Possibly even this five-way structure might be moving a little bit higher first and later in time. So what I mean is that the wave 5 might be apparently somewhere here, somewhere here, which is above 1.1642, because this situation here in wave 5 is just some sort of the impulsive wave scenario. It doesn't mean it's perfectly valid. So okay, it's generally that. There you go. Okay, well, 5 wave might be here, so we might miss one wave to the upside. We didn't actually notice the another additional wave to the upside, which is why this situation here might develop into the wave of the subwave 3, subwave 4 as a correction, which was cool and clear, and now 5 wave to last wave to the upside might be done. Anyway, we are very close to the completion of the impulsive structure, or impulsive structure had been completed, as we said, at 1.1632, and this is some sort of the very irregular wave correction. All right, so we will see in the future how this situation will develop. Price action wise, we are testing the supply zone, and just 10 pip breakout was noticed on the euro dollar. US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Is it continuing the downside movement? No. We went down from the supply zone, almost hitting the supply zone, down to 100 periods moving average, which provided the technical support. Very big change in the momentum, sharp decrease, sharp reversal. We are still below the level of 50. Let me just mark this level of 50 here. We are still below it. We are still trading at the level of 45 points. Nevertheless, we got the technical resistance 145.48. We got another one 146.27, and the market is ready for another movement to the downside of the US dollar to the Japanese yen. SP 500 in that situation, on the contrary, moved higher. We can see that the 4-hour time frame chart went towards the 6,101 points, and if we switch to the daily time frame chart, you can see that we almost retraced everything after this very big sell-off in S&P 500. So S&P 500 doesn't care. They go up very close to test the recent swing high. How is the NASDAQ doing? Let me just take a look at the NASDAQ. Maybe not futures, but let's take a look at the NDX. What is the NASDAQ doing? And the NASDAQ is at 22,207. Again, very close, or even testing the swing high from the February 2025, 22,225. So it is possible that we will have a breakout to the upside and we'll have new yearly high on NASDAQ as well. So as I said, no one cares anymore about this slump here. Everything here has been retraced. Is it the same situation on the Dow Jones? Let's take a look. Dow Jones is a little bit lagging than the S&P 500 and NASDAQ because it's only on 43.111, but the swing high is located at 45,100 points, so it's not that far away. 2,000 points. It can be done even during the one day, and it's definitely has a potential to cover this space here by the end of the week if they want to, right? Momentum is strong, momentum is positive on a daily time frame chart. This is a daily time frame chart, so it looks like the American stocks, US stocks are moving up after this period of the very sharp decline. Dow Jones, S&P 500, NASDAQ, all are moving up, and NASDAQ and Dow Jones are on the highs. What is gold doing? Let me just switch to the 4-hour time frame chart, and we can see that the gold is not doing that great. We got very nice correction, minus 4.55%, which is the biggest correction since the low on 3,111 was made. So that's the swing here, yeah, that's the swing. This is the biggest correction, so it's a part of a different scenario, now different cycle, basically. So right now, of course, the technical support at 3,293 worked, and we have a slight bounce. Nevertheless, the momentum is very negative, and we should see another decline lower. That means we have a very straight correlation between the gold and the stocks. Gold is going down, stocks are going up, but the percentage of this slump to the downside and the time it took to go minus 4.56% is way bigger than the time it took the S&P 500 and the other indices to move higher. Basically, gold is falling slower than the stocks are rising. That's a very interesting situation here, and that means that the gold is still in the uptrend, right? Because it doesn't want to fall that quickly, and the stocks, they want to continue the uptrend as soon as possible, and are very violent. And last but not least, if we talk about the markets and the uptrends, Bitcoin is here. The Bitcoin is right now roughly around 106,500 level. Local high is just $251 away. Momentum strong, momentum is positive. Supply zone is begging to be tested soon, and please notice the fact that we are very close to the all-time high again, and we might see some sort of the test sooner or later. If we apply our trend line here, right, so we can see clearly that we just decide to test the trend line, and now we are just below it, and the market should be ready for a breakout to the upside anytime soon. And then the next target would be the technical resistance, obviously, but the ultimate target is anyway the supply zone, located as usual between these levels that we mentioned many times: 109,870, 111,891, basically $2,000 supply zone, including the all-time high. So please take a look at the momentum. Momentum is strong, momentum is positive. There's room to the upside. Breakout above the trend line confirms the bullish market, short-term bullish market, and we should see higher prices on Bitcoin soon. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.